Hello, this is Shanni. I am deciding to get back into YouTube videos. And just sit here in the dark and make these videos. That's why this whole entire video is in the dark. Because, I don't know, I just feel like it, I guess. Some things that I feel like I need to just talk about when I do these videos, or just to openly talk from my heart and from my mind and go with what's going on in life with me and other things, and see where it goes from there. It's actually still 8 o'clock where I'm at right now. I'm in West Valley, Utah, and it's 2:17 a.m. and some things that really, I feel like I need to talk about are, like I said, what's going on with my life right now, because that's the only place you can really actually truly draw from when you're speaking from your heart, your soul, and your mind. And what I've actually got going on in my life right now is very, very strongly and adamantly being full-heartedly to the core in the twin flame journey. But I do not feel like I know who my twin flame is, but I know that I am very, very, very awakened, and I'm very connected to the twin flame spirituality community and the whole entire Gaia-verse. And I have a new website, and it's called Miss American Badassery Adventures. And the domain for that is BADASSERY.MOBI. So that's BADASSERY.MOBI. And it is because in the last little while, since shortly before my son came back into town, I've really been feeling the call to go to California. And at the time that I was deciding this was the time that I was seeing somebody, and he ended up in California, and I have not seen him since. But that's okay. It was actually somebody that was very connected to my life along the way. In fact, the son that just came from California, I met his father through this guy that I was just seeing. And this guy is no longer in my life. And that's fine. That's not what I'm focusing on right now. What I'm focusing on right now is feeling really compelled to, very called to joined some friends of mine in the TF community, very well-known friends, Nikki Wall and John Apt, Jayam and Bhakti, better known as Starseed and JB. And actually some other spiritual practitioners as well. And not even just in the TF Gaiaverse itself, but just in the overall assistance of humanity. And then it falls along the alignment of my son. And how things played out there. And I didn't see my son for almost 12 years until I saw him a while ago. I saw him again on March 20th, just a few weeks ago, right before Mark's, my little boy's, his little brother's second birthday. And wow, was that ever an amazing experience. My son has grown. He's taller than me by about 4 inches, 3-4 inches. Just an amazing, gorgeous kid. Just as sweet as can be. And there's always been a connection between him and his little brother, Mark. Mark, you know, is my little squeaky. It's the name I gave him when he was born for some reason. And funny because my friends, whenever they're asking how my little boy is, they ask, how's Squeaky doing? So, and I appreciate friends like that. But anyways, there's been a connection between the two, and I don't know what it is. Like I said, it falls into perfect alignment with Starseed and JB, and the need to go to California and travel back and forth between my home here in Utah, in West Valley, and California. And my son's graduation's coming up soon, and I'm hoping to make it to that. But I don't know as of yet if that will happen. Hopefully, but not entirely sure. The biggest thing, though, that I need is what I actually found about 3 days ago, which is funny because the guy that I just was seeing, Greg, has had something to do with a U-Haul. And that took a strange, his part in the story took a strange turn, and I'm just not going to mention anything about it, just that he had something to do with a U-Haul and some other friends of his. And that was all she wrote. And the whole while I was sitting there thinking that he was going to be part of this. But it's not looking like he's going to be any part of it past this point. Because it looks like his life took a turn to Arizona. So, but the funniest thing is that you know, I keep praying about things in my life and keep praying, well, God, you know, you want me to have this, you know, clear out my home, have this yard sale, and make some changes in my life. How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do this. I'm a single mom in my home with my toddler, and he's 2. Bottom line, he's 2. He acts 2. He's in this terrible dudes, and it's actually really been difficult to get a lot done during my day because of that fact. And I do my best, but it's been a struggle. And then having to go through my ascension as well, it's just been even harder. And then all the things that you go through in life. So I keep praying, how am I supposed to do this? What's the answer? But then I get prompted, or not really prompted, but guided. Something saying the answer is just around the corner. It's just around the corner. So I'm thinking around the corner is the Family Dollar that I go to. I live a 5-minute walk away from the nearest Family Dollar, which is the nearest store. And I'm like, no, it's just a store. I've made a couple friends, but no. Then I'm like, I'm so close to this twin flame that I'm like on the verge, on the edge of it. Very, very, very edge of it. I'm still there, but I'm not sure what the fucking holdup is. So I get prompted one day to go outside. Just go sit at the end of my driveway and just sit there. And I got people staring at me. What the hell is she doing sitting there on the driveway? I don't know. What the hell, spirit? And then the answer hits me. Bullshit. Yeah, that's the answer. Bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm still not entirely sure what is bullshit, but yeah. When I come back inside and I'm sitting here thinking about Eden Sisk, I'll get into that in a little while. Maybe in a future video. And Eden Sisk will come into play in later. Sorry. Excuse me. Later webisodes. But I sit there and I think, yeah, there's so much more out there, deeper to the core than the surface of what people see in the 3D. I mean, people get stuck in their jobs. People get stuck in the everyday day-to-day life. And it's said, I've seen, you don't get stuck here to pay bills and die, and that's the damn truth. But some people are so stuck in the 3D matrix that they think that people are supposed to stick to one way of life. as we grow up, we are programmed. Sorry, I have to turn off my space heater. It's getting hot here. Programmed to think that we're supposed to grow up, go through school, graduate, go to college, a couple years, figure out what we're going to do with our lives, find a mate, get married, have 3 kids, live the American dream, blah, 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 9 to 5, go to a corporate office, and whatever that is, the rate that it's been. That's what I grew up with. That's what, we're pretty much all programmed to think. And I'm not sure, but the dynamic of it all has changed. It has evolved into what we see today. And there are people out there that will still try to keep you stuck in that closed-minded mindset. And not even think that you have a purpose beyond that. And I mean, is that everybody's purpose in life? No. I mean, I can't speak for the rest of the world. We can only speak for our own true purposes in life. And motherhood was definitely one big purpose in my life. 7 kids later. Nicholas, Sheldon, Carter, Lily, Alyssa, Hope, and Mark. Those are my children. And then there were the children that didn't get a chance to come into the world. Diana and Zandri. Yeah, 7 kids, but there's more to my story than that. Because I wasn't meant to be one of those people that would be stuck in the 3D matrix of 9 to 5, husband, kids, pay bills, die. And there's so many people that don't even realize that there's far beyond this plane of existence that we're on in the 3D. We live in our homes. We wake up every morning, or whenever we wake up, we have breakfast, we get the kids off to school, whatever, get ourselves taken care of, and then just go about our day, go to bed at night. Watch a little bit of TV, spend time with the family, whatever. There's more, and there's people out there that don't even have that. And currently in my home, it's just me and my little boy, Mark, Squeaky. Greg was here for all of a second and a half. But all through the time, in the last few weeks, my son comes into town, and I see my son, and I look at my son, and I look at a video that I made when, during his brother's birthday party, and he's sitting there playing his guitar. My son is sitting there on this video playing his guitar at his brother's birthday party, and I'm just like, just watching him interact with his brother, and I'm like, this is so cool. He's such a cute, amazing kid. And this amazing kid has the most amazing aspiration And he's following through with it. And he's going into the Army. And later he's going to go into the Air Force. And he's going to eventually go to Mars. And yeah, that kind of sounds weird, but there's actually a society out there, the Mars Society, marssociety.org, that is actually an organization devoted to the research and development of making it more humanly possible to make trips to Mars. And, you know, they're during the normal way that you do so, but you have to have your training to do so. And the only experience that you can actually have for that is military experience, or formal training through any kind of program connected to NASA. And my son has taken the steps to do so, and I'm very proud of him. The little butthead made me an Army mama. Yay! Go Army. Anyways. I don't know, it's just, I sit there and I think about that aspiration, and then I watch that video. And he's sitting there on his guitar, and my little boy is just watching him, just listening to him bang on the guitar and play the guitar, and it's just cute, it's fun, it's like, that's cool. And I think, you know, my little boy needs that too. My little boy needs to go to the beach. And take him there. And this will all happen in summer. What I'm hoping to do is raise money for this U-Haul really quick. If you've seen the actual playlist for Miss American Badassery Adventures, you see actually the introductory video when I went over to the yard and took a better look at it. Anyways, the guy wants about $3,000 for it, and he said it'll cost about $4,000 a year in insurance, but there's a lot of work that thing needs to it. But right now I'm mostly concerned about buying it, and getting it in my hands so I can do stuff with it. And I have to do a lot of mobile detailing to it. It runs great. But with that thing, I want to be able to go to Cali and go to my son's graduation. And then John and Nikki have an event in June also, so I'll be up there. I'm hoping to go up there for a few weeks, and I'll be around about the same time frame. And I'll come back to Utah, and you know, for a little while, and then I've got some things going on in Cali in August as well, of my own coming up. But some things that I really need very strongly feel adamant on is that there's something that I need to do with John and Nikki, and I'm not sure what. And I don't think I'm going to know, or that they're going to know truly what that is until I get there. But I'll get there. And when I do, we'll know. We'll be guided. Because one thing, when you are completely connected to the source, is that you are guided to your true purpose. And when you're in that alignment and you connect with the people that are completely conscious like you, spiritually conscious and conscious to the collective of humanity, it just falls into place. So that's what I think is going to happen when I go up there. I haven't talked to them about this, but I plan on it. And I don't know, I just have this feeling to serve. But I need to be traveling back and forth between here and in Utah. Ugh. Here in California, and keep my home here. But this place has got to get cleaned out. For a much, because I think that a lot of the karmic residue that has been collecting in my entire auric field is really wreaking havoc right now, and it's wreaked havoc in other places in my life. As soon as I clean that up and get this truck, things are going to look a lot clearer. And some other things will fall into place. With A, B, and C. And there's a reason I'm calling that A, B, and C. And not 1, 2, and 3. That'll be okay too. Anyways, but right now I'm also feeling like after all this is going to be the time when I'm going to be needing to take little road trips, and sometimes 2-3 days, sometimes 2-3 weeks, and see what can be the places that I can serve and the people that I can serve, because that's something that's very much in my own consciousness right now, and something I'm feeling very compelled to do. And in a big way, it's really important to me, because I have parents that are deceased now, and a brother that is deceased as well. My own father died when I was 2.5. I was raised by a stepdad, and my mom and my brother, and they're all deceased now. Bernie died in January 1st of 2005. Mom died December 1st, 2006. I was pregnant with Lily, 6 months pregnant with Lily. And Gary died in June of 2010. That's my big brother. And I do have 3 older sisters, but they live further away, so I don't really see them a lot. Well, connect through Facebook, I guess, but primarily in this world I am alone, and the matriarch of the family. And that's not the part of the family where my sisters and my siblings are. That is my own top level at this point. My family lineage. That starts with me. I'm the matriarch. Anyways, back to what I was saying. When I was growing up, my parents used to take me on a lot of trips, and they were a lot of fun. point in my life right now where I'm feeling like I need to go, I guess I travel back and forth between here and California and be a support for my son. He's going to be graduating and going into boot camp. And then I have Spirit Blitz in August. I haven't set up yet. I gotta get this truck. And then I just, really want to go out there and, have some adventures and see what I can do with the world. I'm going to be documenting a lot. I'm going to be live streaming. Some things that I'm going to be needing are going to be state-of-the-art equipment in the truck and a crew to help me do it all. Because I'm going to be driving. I'm not going to be driving full time, but I'm driving quite a bit and live streaming as I drive. Of course, hands-free, of course, safe. But I've also looked into the laws as far as U-Hauls are concerned and toddlers. And it's actually recommended to get a U-Pack through U-Haul if you're moving or something and renting a U-Haul. But this is an old U-Haul that now is privately owned by not by a company but by people, and so that's just not obviously not an option. So the people that I'm going to be buying this U-Haul from have recommended that I turn it into a motorhome, and like I said, I'm not exactly sure about that, but there's a need to make it somewhat livable, but it's going to be used for other purposes other than living in accommodations, because with a toddler, I'm not going to be, there's no way I'm going to